We'll get to why he has that for fucking 2 weeks in a row. Fuck you. Anyway, shout out to you guys. Hope you had a wonderful week. I am shaggy as a motherfucker. All right, but anyway.
Every time your hair grows like a chia pet.
Fun fact, her family calls me Chia.
Okay, so
sometimes chai. Well, it's chai, right? So it started out as the chaya, then it just was chaya. Then her mom, instead of calling me Chia Pet, just called me Pet. So it was Zach to fucking Pet.
Better than Mac Attack.
That was I
don't care. You allowed another person to call you that.
Ugh.
Purdue did win.
This my lovely wife in the chat there. Purdue did beat number 3 ranked Michigan State. This is 2 weeks or 3 weeks after they beat number 2 ranked Iowa. So Purdue's obviously on a roll. It might be 3 weeks because they had a bye week.
What's their record?
4-2.
Hot cross. Bunch.
No. Purdue's been playing pretty well. They lose awful games they shouldn't lose, and then they beat teams like the number 3 team in the country. That's fine.
Who's their coach? Seymour Butts.
You're an idiot. God damn it, you're stupid.
Harry ass crack.
Fucking lick a lot of puss. What was his name? Wow, their quarterback Purdue's quarterback threw for 536 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That Michigan State defense is
God
buns.
Damn, son. So Purdue's 6-3.
I watched it and I kept turning to the person I was with and I was like, whoa.
Hey, so language. This is a PG
stream. Do they not teach how to tackle in Michigan State?
Well, Michigan. See, and you got to remember
6-3 or 6-3.
6-3, not bad. You also friggin' the Lakers are about to get destroyed by the Trailblazers tonight. What do you want to bet on that? Fucking Damian Lillard shooting 21% from 3 for the rest of the season. I guarantee you he shoots 40. He shoots 40.
Russ is gonna shut him out. It's fine.
Dame shoots 43% today from 3.
It just got rest of the.
Yeah, here, hold that. Anyway, yes, the Purdue did win. It was a great win by them. I'm always happy when Purdue plays well.
The last couple weeks has been upset city.
Yeah, it's been crazy in college football.
North Carolina upset somebody. I think it was Wake Forest.
Yeah, Wake Forest. No, they just lost today. Yeah. Not last week.
North Carolina. That's what I said.
No, you said last week.
Well, last week was some upsets too, but I'm saying this week too.
Yeah, Bama is up by 7. Yeah, there's a couple upsets. Fresno State is about to lose for you guys.
No way.
They're ranked number 23 in the country. So Oregon's down 6 to Washington, number 4 ranked Oregon. If Oregon goes down, that's crazy.
Oregon.
Hey, bud, we were gonna watch a show. Did you do that today? So anyway, if you don't know,
I was indisposed today. Okay.
Oh, today. That's cool. I wasn't talking about today. I told you on Tuesday.
You said, and I quote, "Did you watch it today?"
You're right. My bad. Did you watch your homework? Did you watch your homework?
You should have said, "Did you watch it for today?"
Look at this. I got the freaking Egyptian god obelisk deck right here. It's pretty cool. I don't have anybody to play with. I don't know why I showed it. I like it.
He sends me into the shadow realm all the time.
I do. It's because you pissed me off. Anyway, we were going to watch Blood of Zeus. It's an anime on Netflix, about 8 episodes long. I think it's really good. We'll talk more about it in a couple weeks. Next week, we have a special guest. He was on earlier. I call him Rabbi. You guys saw him Robbie. A couple months ago now, before the NFL season started. He's going to come back next week. We're going to talk to him about kind of like a mid-season. How are we feeling? I want to know his opinion on this Aaron Rodgers situation.
He's going to have his MIDI out.
No, mid-drift going to be covered for sure. The whole episode. Otherwise, we'd probably get banned. But anyway, so I don't know where this episode's going. Let's talk about this fucking belt real quick. So if you don't know, we have locks every week. You pick 3 games. Your team is the tiebreaker. Are you good? Are you gonna act like you've been there before, Sam?
Hey, what happened with who played this week?
We're gonna talk about it.
Who played this week?
Anyway, your favorite team. So his is the Niners, mine's the Bears. Your favorite team's the tiebreaker. So let's say, for example, if we're both 1-2, his team wins, my team loses. He gets the tiebreaker. He gets the belt. Last week he won it. This week again because I can't pick a game to save my life. Actually, I think. You were 2-1. You picked Browns, Rams, and Cowboys. You got Rams and Cowboys right. The Browns lost to the Steelers, so fuck you. I picked Bengals, who got fucking mollywopped by the Jets. I picked Chargers, and I picked the Chiefs. The Chiefs were the only team to get a dub. So, he wins outright, but we did both teams played this week. The Bears and the Niners played each other, so it was an actual tiebreaker.
What happened?
Fuck you, man.
Just saying, you know.
I will say this: it was Justin Fields' best game as a professional, and Matt Nagy wasn't coaching, so that's 2 wins for me.
But Yimmy played well.
Yimmy did play well. First of all, we can't do that. Okay.
I mean, I could if I wanted to be a dick.
You could in theory do that. But I think let's
no, because I know if I pick the Bears to lose, they'll win every time.
But if you pick the Bears to lose and they win, I essentially get 2 points right there.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake on your part. But
Spoken
anyway,
by a true Bears fan.
Listen, I know we're bad.
Ouchie.
Our right tackle literally has a 21% win rate in pass protection this year. Now, that's on a scale of 1. That's how many times he wins. So he wins at 21% of the time.
That means he's getting beat.
80% of the time, he from the right side of the line, Justin Fields is facing pressure.
So why don't they put like a running back over there to help?
Don't ask me about Matt Nagy. Don't do it. Listen, you know what's gonna be really sad? You know what's gonna be really sad is that it's not Mitch.
I'm gonna keep nagging you about it until you tell me what's going on with that team.
Mitch Trubisky put a curse on us when he left. He
he
burned sage and he called Lauren. He had Lauren do a seance.
Say her name 3 times, so she'll show up.
No, God, please.
Cuzzo.
He's trying to open his eyes. He can't do it. Anyway, God, that's just so funny. Anyway, let's talk about. So we talked about the belt. You won, by the way. He gets the belt for another week. And for the season, I do have that written down. I have 2 wins. We've missed a couple weeks, so it's not going to be. We'll touch on it probably. I don't really want to.
Kind of sad.
It's really sickening, but yeah, we probably should as a respectful thing, and you know we call ourselves we talk about sports and stuff, so we got to talk about the shitty stuff too. I've had 2 wins. He's up to 5 now, by the way. So
damn it! Can we just say how good it looks right here?
It looks dumb as hell. Anyway, shout out to all 2 of our viewers. Appreciate you guys. One of you being my wife, the other one, hey, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you listening. Go ahead and talk in chat. We'll talk to you. We'll talk back because we don't have anybody else to talk to.
He hates talking to me.
I do. Since you started with it, we will talk about it. So if you don't know and we're living under a rock somewhere, this week, I think it was Wednesday, Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver was leaving a golf outing at like 8 or 7 in the morning or something in Vegas. He was driving his new Corvette, and he was doing 156 miles an hour before he rear-ended this girl. He rear-ended her. Her car went 572 feet. She was killed. She died from her injuries when they were on the way to the car. Someone was trying to actually get her out of the car, and she wasn't dead. The dog was killed. There was a dog in the car. Was killed instantly.
It was Henry Ruggs.
I didn't even say his name. Henry Ruggs.
Because his name doesn't deserve to be spoken.
Yeah, he was. He not only should he go to jail for the rest of his life, but
the Raiders cut him
immediately.
But of course you did. Like
what? But what can they do?
That's what I'm saying. Like that move was not a shock at all.
I mean, buddy, 156 miles an hour.
I want a lifetime ban. I know he's never gonna play again, but
he might. The NFL is stupid.
No, lifetime ban him. He murdered somebody. I mean, what's his name did the same thing, but
but he wasn't doing 150.
And he was double the.
So check this out, right?
Speaking of double the legal drinking.
So he was double he was 0.16. The legal limit is 0.08, right? So he was double. His blood alcohol was double what it's supposed to be, right? But he refused the field sobriety tests at the crash site. So he left the place. So he had stopped drinking. Left, crashed his car, wait for the police to get there, refuses, then has to go to the hospital to get checked out for injuries. While he's there, he refuses to get blood drawn. So then they have to get a judge to order his blood drawn, and he can't have a choice then. So it was hours later, and it was still double. So how much was he really?
How drunk was he really?
He was probably triple. Close to it. I think 0.4 you die. So he was probably 0.3.
0.4 you start to black out, I think.
I think 0.4 is death.
You could.
Yeah.
Because alcoholics.
Yeah, but it's different for everybody. But yeah, he's a human piece of garbage.
I hope they throw him in jail forever.
He's got to go. They upped his charges. on top of like manslaughter and shit, they added a couple more things on. Hopefully he gets hit with everything and he just goes to jail. Unfortunately, I mean, I say this and it's gonna sound shitty, but unfortunately the lady in the car he rear-ended died, and him and his girl are fine. Like,
of course, that's always the fucking
like
case.
that's crazy to me that some
She
was
drunk
20.
too?
No, I don't know. They didn't say
His
anything
girl?
about her. She the girl who died was 23. Just going about her day and just fucking 156 miles an hour day. Do you know how far 500 feet is, bro? That's insane.
It's more than
She was
400 feet.
Thank you, bud. It was almost 600 feet, and she was at a stoplight, and he fucking. There was a video.
That's even crazier.
There's a video you can see from this. There's like a traffic light camera, not like an intersection, but you can see her car going through. Like, not at a regular speed, and then you see this blur come through like a second later. You almost can't see the car is going so fast. And then, boom. So, yeah, super depressing. Don't drink and drive. Like, it's really not hard. Dude, this dude has millions and millions of dollars.
You could have paid somebody to drive your car.
You could have paid somebody to drive your car. You could have got an Uber. You could have not gone. You could have walked your happy ass home, get a bike. There's 100 other ways you could have got your ass home. But
now
instead,
your NFL career's over and you killed somebody. So... nothing good came of what you did.
And it never does. Don't drink and drive. Not even one drink. Like I know there are some people who are like, "Oh, I've only had a beer." Don't do it, because you're gonna be impaired no matter what you do.
What if it's a root beer?
If root beer counts against drinking and driving, I am a criminal, because I love me some root beer. This guy, I tell you what, I just had root beer glazed chicken wings for dinner. Very good, by the way.
Didn't even offer me a single one. It was
as a matter of fact,
he was.
You know what? You want to know how good of a friend I was? I'm at the store, right? And you were like, "No, I don't." I had thought that you just prefer boneless wings over bone-in wings, and that's your preference. You're wrong, but whatever. You approve. You were like, "No, I don't eat bone-in wings at all."
What did I say?
I don't care what you said. That's
I
the point.
said,
"Yeah, okay."
What
but
do
listen,
I look like? Am I a Cubone?
So what I was
you didn't even.
What I was gonna do was, I had chicken breast in the fridge. I was gonna cut that bitch into squares and make you boneless chicken wings. I was gonna do it, but then your ass didn't show up till 7:30, and I was like, "Fuck you."
I feel like I had a good reason.
I don't feel like you did at all, because we had talked like for like a week, and then you just ditched me for some hoe, and that's cool. I get it. I'm playing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't care. I was really gonna make you chicken wings.
I almost squeezed your leg really hard.
I was gonna make you chicken wings.
Big preach, but some dumbass had to just get stuck somewhere.
I'm just gonna stuck for a couple hours.
Anyway,
so Henry Ruggs is an asshole. Don't do that. Let's liven the mood a little bit here. Fun fact: did you know Tom Brady has a better playoff win percentage in games in which he throws 3 interceptions than Aaron Rodgers does in games he throws 3 touchdowns?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers' defense averages giving up 40 points a game, and Tom Brady's defense has never given up 40 points a game in a playoff? Ever?
Did you know last year when they played, Aaron Rodgers choked it away?
Yeah.
Speaking of, you don't want to talk about Aaron?
Hate to be the one to say it, but boneless chicken wings is chicken breast. So
it is.
So I feel you have a point. You can't make wings out of bread. You're right.
Why do they call them wings?
Because they're marketing. Because they don't want the children.
But I'm saying it's their fault, not yours. That's what I'm saying. I'm on your side.
No, you're right. But also,
I'm being bipartisan.
What that does is that goes back to the whole point. Don't call them boneless wings. Just say you like chicken nuggets and we don't have beef. That's all. That's all.
I've never, not one time, and you'll never hear me say I don't like chicken nuggets. I am a grown toddler. I pay taxes and eat mac and cheese.
This dude goes to the restaurant, gets chicken strips, and it's not a wing. Babe, where would they get wing meat that's that chunky? It's not wing meat, babe.
It's not wing meat.
It's not wing meat.
Unless they literally debone all our debone.
No, well, okay, so they debone it and then mash it together? No, absolutely not. Could be. That makes them even worse.
I hope that's not the case. I just like to pretend it's breast meat, because who doesn't like putting breasts in their mouth?
All right. Anyway.
Anyway, so are we going to do these locks real quick?
No. Oh, fuck. We got to do the locks. Don't even forget the locks. Hold on. I want to look. I want to check. Stop. I will fight you on camera.
You're going to beat me up in front of our 2 fans?
I want to check my By the way, Bleacher Report came out with their top 10 most clutch players since the year 2000. LeBron James won. There's only one problem on the list. Okay? LeBron James won. Correct. 2, Damian Lillard. Here's the problem. Damian Lillard gets a lot of credit for walk-offs. He's not more clutch than Kobe. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Try winning a playoff series past the fucking first round.
He's the only player in NBA history to hit a buzzer beater that ended the series. So...
But what's he done in the second round? Or are you just going to be Chris Paul for a whole career?
Kobe should be number 2. Listen to me. It should be LeBron, Kobe, then Dame. After that, I don't care.
Fucking Dirk ain't on that goddamn list.
Dirk is.
His name is Dirk.
I was hoping.
Named after a little shitty dagger. Okay, first of all, you talk about that real quick.
Cloak. Anyway, point is Tom Brady's overrated as fuck. Anyway, moving on.
You want to do our locks?
Yeah. Let me pull up this schedule real quick because somebody fucking wants to win more fucking belts. At the end, I don't know what the winner is gonna get. Whoever has the most title belt.
I need a couple more belts for the amount of times I'm winning this motherfucker. I need one here, one on the other shoulder.
I'll give you a belt right to the fucking back of the neck. All right.
You gonna pin me right in front of everybody? 1, 2, 3. Squish slides in, counts to 3.
Week week 10. I do want week.
And
week 9. Okay. Go ahead and pick your 3 games, sir. Anyway, how are y'all doing out there in Streamland? Are you guys good? Everybody having a good week?
So I'm gonna go with Ravens.
Oh, you bitch.
Yeah.
Who they play?
Vikings.
Oh, you lost that one. All right. Let me see. Hey, guys, what should we do for episode 100? Does anybody want like $100?
You can't pay your wife $100.
Yes, I can. Ravens.
You can't pay your wife.
I can.
It's your money.
It's probably her money, to be fair. All right, pick another game, sir.
Stop crying. What are you crying for?
Like a bird, fly away.
I would pick the Titans, but oh boys, you know what? Rams. I don't think Adrian Peterson's it.
But he can't play yet.
Exactly. See.
All right, pick one more. Pick one more. You do. You do what?
Packers. Yep. Our fucking Mahomes is going to go out there and throw 3 more interceptions. That's what he's good at this year, throwing picks.
All right, Zach's pick locks here. Let's go. All right, I'm taking my belt back this week. I'm picking Chargers over Eagles.
Dog, you gotta stop picking the Chargers.
I have to. They're gonna get a win this week. They're gonna get a win. The Eagles are bad. Picking Oh, I can't pick Cardinals because I don't know if Kyler's playing. I'm gonna pick the Bills because you left that one open for me. Big preach.
I normally try to give you the Ravens, but
you took them from me this week.
Fuck you.
And I'm gonna go Dallas.
Who they playing?
Broncos.
Bronchies.
All right, so we got our locks.
The Bronchials.
We got our locks in for next week. Hopefully, I can get my belt back and get on the roll here.
I really am. It's at this point. I'm just holding it for so long.
Dude, the thing is, he doesn't win anything, and now he's fucking rubbing. This is why I can't let him win shit.
Look him in the camera and tell him who won in our league back-to-back Super Bowls.
Hey, you know what? While he's on his cocky trip, while he's cocky, let's check out the fantasy league standings. Let's check that out.
Fantasy standings when he look. He's got LeBron and Steph. And
LeBron's out.
I
got Joker too.
It was completely random. Meanwhile, I'm the only one. The only fucking player I got on my team is goddamn James Harden.
So you're in third. You're a cool 1,000 points behind me. Mo forgot all about this shit. He's in fourth. And Tony's the only person trying to compete, but he's a cool 600 behind me. So it is 500 behind me. 500 behind me.
Well, you set it up and you have fucking Steph and LeBron on it. I think you and Tony were the only ones drafting. And then
that's not true. I was so happy to get him. I was about to give up my whole team.
I just think it's kind of sus. That's all I'm saying. You got your favorite players?
No. Whoa.
If I set it up and hey, what's up?
Hey, shout out to
Ahmad.
We just going Ahmad?
Yep, I'm going Ahmad.
All right. Hey, shout out to you. Appreciate you listening. You like football? basketball, you know.
Sports.
We talk sports, we talk anime, we talk all kinds of weird stuff. Right now, I'm cussing his ass out because he's losing in fantasy and he's mad. Beach.
I'm not mad.
Beach.
I just feel
I'll trade you Ben Simmons.
For who?
James Harden.
Absolutely not.
Why?
He's not even playing.
Okay, but he will play.
No, he won't.
I cut him. So.
His name is Yemjimin.
I cut him. So I want to talk about QBR real quick, and we're going to talk about QBR later when we get to bullshit Skip Bayless says too. But I'm going to get out in front. QBR is dumb as hell. If you don't know what that is, allegedly it's a stat it takes all encompassing on how much a quarterback impacts winning. It's on a scale of 100. 50 is average. That's what it means. But, so for example, last week, Jalen Hurts had a QBR of, I forgot. He had a QBR of like 80 or 75. He had 9 completions for 103 yards, no touchdowns. He had 7 carries for 71 yards, no touchdowns. He had the highest QBR in the whole league. He didn't score.
So he didn't contribute to the game at all.
At all. Matt Stafford he had a total of 200 yards. Matt Stafford was 21 of 32, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was somehow 6th. QBR doesn't make any sense. I want to get that out of the way now because we are going to talk about QBR later, but it's stupid. I don't understand how Jalen Hurts had a high QBR. He completed 9 passes as a quarterback.
How many?
14. So his completion percentage was high, but he only threw the ball 14 times anyway.
Bip loves QBR.
See, she gets it. And as a matter of fact, you know what
Bip is.
she knows. Not only does she use the right context, because Bip actually writes Pro Football Focus, and that's who we're going to talk about later. So shout out to you for being an active listener. Okay, love you. Now, how are you doing that and playing Skyrim? By the way,
we need to get a Bip shirt.
A bit without licensing on that. Is it just going to be a face with the glasses?
Just the glasses.
Oh, the nose and the mustache. Yeah,
not him.
And Bip.
Bip.
People go, who the fuck is Bip? We got to figure out what Chip does.
Oh, he left.
Some NFL news this week. The Rams traded for Von Miller. He was having a decent season production-wise. Obviously, he's not playing like he was 6 years ago when they won the Super Bowl, but he's still really impactful, and I think he's going to be really
with Aaron Donald.
Right. I think what I think is going to happen is because you got to at minimum double Aaron Donald.
So you're not going to one-on-one
Von Miller?
every
time Von Miller gets one-on-one, and he's still good enough, especially in short bursts, they'll use him on passing downs. He will still be good enough to impact the game in a big way.
It's about fucking time they gave him another pass.
They got Leonard Floyd on the other side, so they cannot double Von Miller in any way. They can't even chip Von Miller. You got to keep that running back to watch for Donald or Floyd on the other side. So I think Von Miller is going to be a sneaky good pickup. I don't understand how anybody thinks the Rams aren't the best team in the NFC. The only time I'll allow you to argue is for Dallas, because Dallas is a very complete team and they're playing really well right now. I don't trust them in the long run, but Dallas is better than Tampa. I know they lost week 1, but it took some bullshit for that to happen. But
it was Dak's first game back. He should have won. There was a clear offensive pass interference
on Tom Brady's fucking receiver again to get him to. He didn't even put him in game when his kicker won the game. But we're not going to say that anyway. The Rams have the best offense in the NFL. They now have the best defense in the NFL, even before they got Aaron Donald. So I don't know how you have anybody other than the Rams number 1.
Von Miller?
Who did I say?
Aaron Donald.
He's already on the team. Von Miller for sure is who I meant. But yeah, they lost a game to the Cardinals. The Cardinals did blow them out, but that was the week after they beat Tampa, and so they were hyped up to beat Tampa. You come down and you lose to the Cardinals. I'm not going to hold that against you, especially because the Cardinals are playing so well.
And it's in division too.
Yeah, it's a toss up, but I think in the playoffs the Rams would win that game for sure. So
how do you feel about the whole OBJ scenario?
So here's the thing. I find it hard to believe that no playoff team was willing to give you like a 6th round pick for OBJ. I feel like
they just wanted to cut him.
No, I think they wanted too much. Like I bet they got offers, maybe even a 4th or a 5th round for like say Kansas City or from who else is
fuck you.
I just no, they need receiver help. They have Tyreek Hill and that's it. So
they got the McCole Hardman. He's
What was that name? What was his first name?
McCole.
Mecole? Well, they thought it was going to be a girl, so they were going to name him Nicole, and they're like, Mecole.
Then there was...
they have a guy named Bernard Pringle or some shit. All right? Byron Pringle.
You better bring a can of Pringles with him every day.
They got Josh Gordon's old ass. So, anyway, I'm saying he could fill the Sammy Watkins role on that team. The Ravens could use him for sure. And I feel like there's no way those teams didn't offer them something.
Well, Baltimore's in division, so
well, yeah, they're not. Okay, but they cut him. No, granted, I think it goes by record.
It's waiver wire, too.
Yeah, waiver wire by record, though.
Lions already put a claim in on him.
Yeah, but he'll say, I won't play for you. They're not going to get him.
That's how the waiver wire works?
No. So, let me ask you this. The waiver wire is the team can pick the player. So, for example, OBJ's up. The Lions put in a claim on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. It goes through. He's a Lion. But he can tell the Lions, I'm not going to play for you, so maybe don't do that. It's a waste. You know what I'm saying? So, he can suggest. And if nobody claims him by 4 o'clock Monday, he can sign wherever he wants. Which is more likely because they still have to pay his salary if he gets picked up.
Going? You know
if he gets free,
Kansas City,
Oakland is where I've heard too, or L.A., Las Vegas,
San Francisco.
That'd be a good spot.
That's it. That's all I've heard.
San Francisco's not. I agree. I think San Francisco would be an awesome pickup for them, especially. I haven't heard nobody in the sports world has mentioned San Francisco. But that would be a good spot for him. I think
he's been linked to us for the last couple of years.
He wanted to go out there because Tom Brady was talking about going out there too, and Tom Brady wanted to go there, but we didn't want him. Good. Can you imagine having a root for him?
I would too.
I know, and I would fucking hate you.
I'd be like TB12.
I would hate you so much more than I already do. As a matter of fact,
especially when he wins his 10th Super Bowl with us.
Oh, I got visibly ill. Other big NFL news: Derrick Henry broke a bone in his foot, or 2 bones in his foot, and he will miss 6 to 8 weeks. So he could be back by playoff time. But
I think they're using him too much.
Nah.
Yep.
Nah. Yep. Well, he was only on pace to have 500 carries. Yeah. To put that in perspective, the most carries ever, I believe, is 410 or something.
That was fucking DeMarco Murray, right? No, who was that?
No, Larry Johnson had 400? Or did he only get to 3?
Was that? Yeah.
Larry Johnson had a lot. DeMarco Murray had a lot. And both of them, when you hit that 350 mark.
Well, it doesn't help, too, because he was also catching passes out of the fucking backfield.
I know. He was on pace for like 500 touches this year, which is insane. I think it's going to actually be good for them because it's going to teach them how to play without him. And then when they get him back, if they can... Their defense is terrible. Listen, I'm trying. Their
defense is terrible, and Tannehill's awful.
He's not awful. He's fine. He's been without his top 2 receivers all season.
Oh, my fuck. His name is Ryan Tannehill. It's all downhill with him every time he comes in the game.
That's not true at all, but
Prove it.
Come
on.
I can't back it up.
Exactly.
I can't back it up now. Listen, this is why we can't praise.
The only reason why the Titans ever fail is because, all right, let's just stop Derrick Henry. Oh, look. Now, Tannehill back to throw. So, anyway.
Don't ever give Joe Burrow or the Bengals any credit. The week after, we were like, man, we really fucked up on Burrow and Jamar Chase. Those two look like they're going to be something special, blah, blah, blah. They get blown. Well, they didn't get blown out. But they lost to the fucking Jets and a Madden quarterback named Mike White, who is in the Hall of Fame. So,
what?
Yeah, Mike White's a Hall of Famer.
Says who?
His jersey and the game ball are in the Hall of Fame because he had the most completions ever for a first debut and the second most yards of all time for a debut by a player. So, second only in yards to Cam Newton, by the way, his first.
And where the fuck's he at now? Seattle.
I believe he's lying in a ditch.
Cameron.
He's probably on his couch. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
Newton.
He's definitely not in the NFL. And
probably
he won't
stealing
be.
something.
I guess. Well, we'll save the Aaron Rodgers talk for next week because our friend who's gonna be on next week, Robbie, he's a big Green Bay fan, and I can't wait to roast his ass mercilessly for that. So stay tuned for that.
He's supposed to be your best friend.
Oh, he definitely is, and that's why I can talk to him like that. I'll talk to you the same way. Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got to touch on my guy, LeBron. He had LeBron Toe, because he owns the Toronto Raptors.
You kidding?
Glad. I remember where I was when he hit the game, when he hit the baseline runner.
It doesn't count because the game was tied, and that's the only time he ever shoots them. Remember when he said that? Remember when?
I remember. That's the argument people use, is that he only it was a catch and shoot. You have to think about it. It's not the same. Oh, the game is tied, so if he misses it, it goes into overtime anyway, so it doesn't count. You have to be down, and you have to think about it, and the shot can't hit anything but net, and that's the only way it counts. I think you have to stand on your head,
and your initials have to be M.
You have to be playing a team better than you, and if you are not better than you, but favored. So, for example, if you're the favorite and you hit the shot, it doesn't count because you should have won anyway type shit. Does all this sound dumb? Yes, I know. That's what talking heads use to discredit LeBron James. He has a second injury now this year. The first one, it goes to the fluke category. Dude fell into the ankle. What are you gonna do? It's the same shit that happened last year.
Set out for Skip. Keep going.
He did. This one, he kind of just went out in the fourth quarter. He went down to the tunnel, was stretching this area here. It looked like maybe a groin issue, and then he went back in the game. And then when he came back, he wasn't performing as well as he was, and they listed it as an abdominal strain, and they're gonna hold him out at least a week, maybe longer. But here's the problem with an abdominal strain.
Did he have to poop?
No.
So he didn't Paul Pierce it.
No, that was the credit he got for that was a bit ridiculous. He got carried out like he was gonna die.
Dude, like he was dying, like he got shot.
Like he actually got shot.
Like he got stabbed again.
Got him. The fun fact: Paul Pierce was stabbed, I believe, 12 times, and then didn't miss a game that season. So I think like the day maybe a month before the season started, he was stabbed 12 times. Probably by his wife for hanging out with all those strippers he does. You know what I'm saying?
Lost his job for that. Do you think it was worth it?
No. Especially not the strippers he would hang out with.
Well, he was saying some stupid things, so I think they were looking for any kind of reason.
But to be fair, yeah, he said he's better than Dwayne Wade and all that shit.
Tit for tat comparing them.
But back to LeBron James, it's what the abdominal strain issue is age. That's the type of injury where like Achilles blow up. Like Kobe's shoulder. Kobe's shoulder. He had the shoulder, he had a knee, he had his Achilles. Like that last couple years, he stayed injured, and that's because of age and the mileage he put on his body. LeBron's doubled that. Well, he's almost doubled that. He's got 61,000 minutes playoffs and regular season combined, and I've always been of the mindset that he's gonna be good, but eventually that goes away. The superpower to bounce back, like in Cleveland in one of the playoff series, he landed on that ankle and his bone hit the hardwood on his ankle. It was nasty. Went to the locker room. The owner came down to check on him because they thought it was bad. And Dan Gilbert was like, "Hey, can you play?" And he's like, "Do I have another option?" Fucking tied his shoes up a little tighter and went back out on the court. He can't do that shit no more. And I think it's a real problem. This abdominal injury is the sign of. Maybe it doesn't happen anymore this season. Maybe he's good, but that's the sign. Father Times finally grabbed Superman's cape and gave him a little tug. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, we're not gonna have any podcasts for like a week after, or for like 2 weeks after he goes, because I'm gonna be inconsolable. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's gonna kill me. LeBron not in the NBA. What do you do? What did you do? Kobe, you woke up one day, Kobe wasn't playing anymore. How was that?
He just stick with the team he played for. That's what I did. I'm a Lakers fan now.
So I just become a Lakers fan now?
Welcome to the team.
I mean, I've never been shy about saying I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm not I like the NBA. It's fun to watch. I don't root for anybody unless it's LeBron's team. I'm just saying.
There are people out there that are like that. If Kobe would have left the Lakers, I would have followed him.
Right. You got lucky. You know, Devin has.
My player was loyal. So anyway, what we're going to talk about here next is, what are we talking about next? What are you talking about?
Bullshit Baylor says, I think. I don't really have... We were going to talk about an anime, but didn't watch
Don't
it.
try to circle this back on me.
I have to. You like Greek mythology. You like the gods.
I forgot. I apologized already. I'm going through some shit. Okay?
I know. This is fucking with me.
Instead of watching that, I watched a new show.
What'd you watch?
Sex Education. It's on Netflix. It's pretty good.
So funny. You know what's fucked up about this whole situation? He was watching Sex Education, right? If you're on Sex Education, right, the next block over is the show I wanted him to watch. He literally had to click one over and he found it.
No, I had to look Sex Education up.
So you had time to look up Sex Education, but not the anime I wanted to watch?
Well, because look, you asked me to
how
watch
many
it
episodes
on
are
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
And then
was it Tuesday? It might have been Monday. Let me.
Buddy at work
said
something about it on like Friday.
The truth. So what you're saying is, Buddy at work, he means more to you. You picked him over me.
No.
Is he the one who texted you the Notre Dame game?
Yeah.
He's the one whose house you went to watch the games last week? Oh, you're cheating on me. What? Folks, to be fair, you just watched me find out I've been cheated on. That's crazy.
You knew.
I did not know it went this deep.
You knew I was a whore. Now fucking come on.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, okay.
Oh, you forgot.
To be fair though, you know me, and if I told you I didn't have time, what would your response be?
I don't know. Make time.
Get the fuck out of here.
You definitely have time. 100% have time. The point is, you forgot, but really you were just waiting for your side thing to come in and give you a suggestion. Okay, what's his name?
Joe.
Oh, Joe. Okay, Joe. Fucking Joe. Joe suggests something, you get on it that day. You fucking Google that shit. I ask you on a Tuesday fucking morning, and you're like,
look.
Fucking old bag nagging me.
How many shows have I asked you to watch that you never did?
That's first of all one, and I'm almost done with it. So shush. I would be done with it, but I have a baby.
See, now here comes your excuses.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean there, babe. I'm not 100% sure. Because you're on who's delayed? They're delayed?
They're delayed.
You're delayed by like 20 seconds, so I don't know what you're referring to. I said a lot of shit there.
Yeah.
No, you're grounded.
I think she was referring to me as your wife. Are we married?
No.
It's legal.
It is legal.
Polygamy's not, so that's not legal.
True, and I am already married. However, you are a cheater. You were my side boo and you fucking left.
No.
Yep.
I came over today.
12 hours later than you said you were.
I never said I was coming over in the morning.
I didn't want you to come over in the morning, but I was going to cook you lunch. We were going to watch football.
Lunch. You know what? You are right. I'm sorry. I bailed on our date. Something unexpected came up.
I see what I feel.
AKA, I was in the wrong city and I got an idea.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't. I love you. You're good. Him.
Heartbreaker got the best of me.
Also, I truthfully don't care. The show thing that matters. I'll tell you this.
You did call me.
Yeah, I did, but it's clearly and I'm talking to you. And
you already knew.
Ahmad?
Yeah, Ahmad, but I think he left.
No, I'm still here. Listen, here's the thing.
Something.
I said it because you're here, and it's clearly a joke. I don't care. I care about the show thing actually.
I am sorry. Remind me.
No.
Again.
Make a fucking note.
Phone's right there. I will.
I bet you don't. Bet you don't either. Anyway, it'll be fine. It's a joke. We know it's a joke. Point being, watch my shit sometimes. And see, here's the other thing.
I watch everything you want me to watch.
See, but here's the thing. It wasn't like I just suggested to you for out of fun. We were going to talk about it and make content on it. And instead, you were like, sex education sounds pretty good. You fucking... Is there nudity?
Yeah. What's the show called?
I don't know.
Sex Education.
Anyway. Hey.
It'd be weird if there wasn't.
Would it?
Yeah.
There wasn't nudity in the sex ed at school.
There should have been. Maybe we'd have listened a little bit more.
Definitely would have listened less.
I looked around and I'm like, yeah. So there could be a little more abstinence in this room. Am I right?
So here's the thing.
Jeffrey.
So last week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were playing. We're gonna go bullshit skip says. We're gonna forget everything we just talked about. I'm still mad at you. We're gonna talk about bullshit skip says, which is our favorite segment, my personal favorite segment, where we go through and talk about the bullshit that happens, the
bullshittery
that people talk about in sports. Mostly it's bad takes, especially from Skip Bayless.
Most of them.
Hence why it's titled Bullshit Skip Bayless Says. I say this every week.
And his brother Bip.
Chip writes the newspaper articles, I think.
We need to figure out.
I think Chip was a newspaper guy.
Sounds about right.
I think so. I think Bip and Skip are like on another level, and Chip's like still writing for the newspaper.
Chip's like that younger brother that couldn't quite live up to the hype of his two older ones.
Yeah, definitely.
And it crumbled, so now he's like writing for the local paper.
That's true.
But like he has like 3 readers.
He's allowed to go to the Bip and Skip family.
Yeah, but like when he comes in, everyone's like, "Oh fuck, Chip's here." Hi, Chip.
It's so fucking dumb. Anyway, so Trevor Siemian, if you didn't know, Jameis tore his ACL. Trevor Siemian came in and ended up beating Tom Brady and the Bucks. Tom Brady had the ball down 2 minutes left, down I believe 5-3. It's 21. Stop.
You said 3. I just
kept
going down. I just wanted to chip in.
Well, all right. So what's 7-29? Okay, so he was down 2. Tom Brady had the ball, 2 minutes left, down 2. Throws a game-winning touchdown pass to
the wrong team.
The fucking Saints. He threw a pick 6. It was an awful throw, and somebody tried to blame the receiver, of course. And all this to say, Tom Brady lost to Trevor Siemian in a football game. He's the GOAT. But when LeBron doesn't, anyway.
Skip tried to say. What did he try to say? He tried to say that it was the receiver's fault, right?
Not only did he try to say the receiver's fault because, it says you got to square that off a little more. You know what really pisses me off is when Skip talks about football like he knows. Like he'd be like, "Well,
wasn't he a shitty basketball player?"
Yeah, he averaged 2 points a game his senior year. So the route was supposed to be a deep out, right? And he bent it a little, like he faded a little bit, but the DB was on the outside. So he had to try to like get around the DB. So he ended up fading a little bit. Safety jumps the ball. First of all, and also it was a bad pass. It was low inside. If you're going to throw that ball, throw it to the fucking sideline, first of all. Second of all, the other thing that's like, did you see the pass? Probably not because research, right? The pass that Baker tried to throw to Odell that people keep showing on repeat how Odell like didn't go up for the ball or whatever. So essentially, Odell's running a seam. So he's running like straight up the field, and he's got a corner like on this side and then a safety on the other side, and Baker's supposed to throw that ball early or low so he can protect himself, but he threw the ball high in between right in between the two safeties, and he's about to fucking die, but he kind of puts one arm up and covers because he's like, I don't want to go to the fucking hospital,
especially with his history of injuries.
Yeah, it was a terrible throw. It was high and behind him, so instead of like facing the DB so he can like protect himself, it was gonna be like a fucking rib shot if he took it. Anyway, it was a bad pass, and Skip's talking about, well, you just gotta go up and catch that ball. If you're Odell, you just snag that with one hand because that's what you do in the pregame. Like, Skip, I want you to go over the middle and let a safety crack your fucking neck. Anyway, it was an awful pass. It was a bad idea, and Skip tries to blame everybody but the quarterback.
The Browns getting Odell Beckham Jr. was a bad idea. I said that from the jump.
Yes, but I see what you're doing. Like,
I don't.
I don't dislike the move.
I do.
But
look at Jabril.
What's wrong with Jabril?
He's good.
He's playing very well.
You know who doesn't play that much? Odell Beckham Jr.
Okay, but
so anyway, this is what I'm saying.
But the point
somebody else should have picked him up, not the Browns. Is what I'm saying.
It's Baker's fault. Baker sucks. Anyway, listen. So Trevor Siemian comes in, wins the game. He came in the second quarter and it played well enough to win the game. Skip, in his soliloquy when talking about that, he said, well, he was pretty good when he was in Denver. He was 13-11 as a starter in Denver. He said pretty good. And he threw 30 touchdowns and 24 interceptions. That's not that bad.
That's almost a 1-to-1 ratio.
Because he's trying to build up Trevor Siemian because he beat Tom Brady. Well, he's pretty good.
You're barely...
Trevor Siemian's ass.
If you're 2-to-1, you're barely considered a successful quarterback in the NFL.
And he was close to 1-to-1, and his fucking win percentage was 50%. But he's pretty good because he beat Tom Brady. No, you're trying to do that shit where you build up the guy Tom Brady made a bad play. Just say that. It's fine. He throws a lot of interceptions. It's fine. Skip blames Odell for the issues in Cleveland, like we were just talking about.
So does Stephen Smith, same way, former Stephen Smith.
Steve Smith, the receiver, blames Odell.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So this season, I want you to know, Skip said these numbers on air, and I took the math. Odell has 34 targets for 17 catches, and he's labeled with 2 drops. Okay? What he doesn't say is that if he's been targeted 34 times, only has 2 drops and 17 catches, that's 19 passes. Where are the 15 balls going, Baker?
In the dirt?
Probably. No, you wouldn't know if it was Odell then. It's probably 15 uncatchable balls. So maybe it's not all Baker's fault. Did you see the video his dad put out?
Mm-mm.
So his dad put out a video. He didn't put out the video. Somebody else put the video out. He retweeted it and then talked shit about how Odell needs to get out. It's literally 11 minutes of since Odell has been in Cleveland, of him running wide open and Baker not throwing the ball away, taking a sack, doing bad things instead of finding the wide open receiver he's got all over the field. It's 11 minutes of him running wide open.
So
Baker's not good.
Baker's dad was saying?
No, Odell's dad.
Okay.
Anyway, the point
Odell
is...
Beckham?
Yeah, senior.
Stop not naming your kids after yourself.
Please stop. Just get a new name. And here's the thing. It's not all Baker's fault. It's not all Odell's fault. It just doesn't work together. Like, that's
what I said.
Okay, you know what? Hey, appreciate you for coming out and saying that, dog. You were right, and you deserve to be right. Sometimes.
I'm just so mad that it took you like 3 years to finally admit I was right. Just like about fucking Juju.
So, Skip's bitching about the Lakers' early game schedule because granted, they do have a pretty easy schedule. They did play Oklahoma City 2 times. They played the Rockets 2 times. Both those teams are pretty bad, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, why did LeBron call up the commissioner to get this easy schedule?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
hell yeah, he did.
Well, it didn't help him because they're 5-4.
No, he called him and he said, "I want an easy schedule."
Yeah, all of them at home, all the games at home. Here's my question: Did Tom Brady call Goodell and get a good schedule? Because through 8 games, they've only played 2 teams with a winning record, and they lost to one of them.
We're just good.
So it's kind.
We'll just sit there.
Oh, let that one marinate a little bit. Yeah. All right.
What's the difference between the 2 of them?
One is Tom Brady and one's LeBron James.
What's the difference between the 2 of them? Okay, go on.
During a freestyle this weekend on a radio interview, Damian Lillard said, "I'm trying to get, what do you say? I'm trying to get to the line like Giannis and Dirk on that lonely hill." I'm not sure what that means.
Not any superstars around him.
Right. There you go. He's trying to say, I'm trying to win a super... No, I don't think it's superstars. I think he was saying, I'm trying to win for my home team.
Okay.
The team that drafted me. That's my interpretation. Could be the superstar thing, but either way. Skip said... Kobe also made the list of team players to win with the team that drafted them. Obviously, it was a freestyle, and he's trying to make it rhyme off the top of his head. So he gets a pass for not specifically mentioning Kobe, but I just want to put that in there. Skip saying that he's bashing his teammates by saying he's the only one who's good on Portland. What we call that is an irreverent conclusion, meaning intentionally missing the point. Skip knew what he was saying. He was obviously saying, I want to win for the team that drafted me, but he wanted to make it sound like Damian Lillard's bashing his teammates, which he's never been accused of doing. And if he was bashing his teammates, he wouldn't stay in fucking Portland. No further questions, Your Honor. So Skip says Mahomes needs to learn how to take the check down instead of always going for the deep ball. This after the Monday night game this week, when literally over half of his completions came at or behind the line of scrimmage. So my question is, do you just say the shit because? And see, here's the other thing. He the game they won, was it against the Giants? It might have been. He's rolling to his left, throws this wicked sidearm between 3 defenders of Tyreek. You seen this? It's fucking a miracle throw. And Skip goes, that's the kind of stuff that gets you beat more often than not. You got to learn you can't be trying this stuff. The league's too good. They're going to get... Okay, what do you want him to do? You want him to take a sack? You want him to throw the ball away? You want it to be a negative play instead of a first down?
Yeah, so then he's got something else to talk about.
But I don't understand. Like that's my thing.
What is your, in your eye, or in your mind,
right.
What is he supposed to do there?
He changed his arm angle to complete the pass. That's showing up your
team. All quarterbacks do that. All good ones do.
And Matt Stafford was doing the best.
You to change
right.
It.
Matt Stafford was doing that all the time. He'd be doing that shit in Detroit. Obviously, he does it with the Rams now. But and he's like, oh, what's Mahomes going to try next? A behind the back pass between the legs? Because he threw a left-handed pass one time. And it was complete. He was rolling out, shovel past it to Tyreek and picked up like 7 yards. And obviously the internet lost their mind because he threw a left. He didn't really throw it. He kind of like shoveled it. Phillip Rivers did.
He believed it.
But like, he needs to learn. He can't always take the deep shot. Now, okay, fine. But he's been coached his entire career thus far. Throw the ball deep. And I don't mean in the NFL. Going back to college, throw it as far as you can. That's why he's got a goddamn bazooka. So, yeah, you're asking him to take out the one thing he's the best at? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's like asking Tom Brady to push the ball down the field.
It's like asking Tom Brady to throw the ball more than 15 yards in the air.
Dog, there's a fucking pass, man. He throws... I thought I'd saved it or whatever.
Was it a laser beam?
No, it was a deep pass to Mike Evans. So Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore are running stride for stride. Marshawn stumbles. Evans wide open. Tom Brady airballed it 5-7 yards over his head out of bounds. Terrible throw. And Skip goes, well, Mike Evans slowed up, otherwise that's a touchdown. No! Not only did Mike Evans not trip when Marshawn Lattimore tripped, he overextended trying to catch up to the ball that was horribly thrown over his head. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to let Tom Brady be successful or something. Hey, look at that. My next note was about the cool sidearm pass. This is we kind of touched on this earlier, but LeBron went into the tunnel during the game and he was stretching, and Skip was like, "Oh, look at this." So Skip, I think, was recording it because he got the angle from the tunnel and was looking at LeBron. And
he had his bit glasses
on.
Yeah,
he had the bit glasses on in the corner. And he said LeBron's a drama queen. He's trying to call attention to himself.
If he wanted to do that, he wouldn't have went in the tunnel.
Let that one marinate.
He'd have done it on the sideline.
Yeah.
Or fuck it, just like laid out.
On the court.
On the court.
Like he's done before. Let's not pretend he doesn't do that shit. All right, moving on. So here's the thing. This is not a bullshit Skip Bayless says. I just wrote this in the note because it's this dumb thing that people keep saying, mostly Skip. The idea that LeBron is only chasing Kareem and by shooting threes doesn't make any damn sense. So let's say he scores 30 points and he took only 2-point baskets. Is that the same as if he scores 30 points and 6 of those are threes? What's the goddamn difference?
Or are you asking me?
Yeah. The point of the game is to score, yeah? But
he's doing what all older players do. Like literally Vince Carter.
Bro. But it doesn't count if it's LeBron. If it's LeBron, he's showboating, he's chasing Kareem, he's, I don't know, fucking...
Jerk off.
No. Oh. I was going to... Tom Brady kisses boys on the face, and I just got stuck
Deep
there.
Too.
Have you seen that video? Don't look it up. It'll make you uncomfortable. Look at this fucking curl thing right here. Why does it do that? So, Colin Cowherd makes the list this week. He says Brady is great because he relates to all of his teammates and gets to know everyone and takes pay cuts. And he doesn't get recognized because it's not flashy. The only thing I've ever heard about Tom Brady for 22 years is how he takes pay cuts, and that's how his team is better. Literally, that was the biggest thing in New England. Tom Brady only gets paid, $10 million a year, so his team can be better around him. And then they'll also go on to say that his team isn't talented. I mean, I'll admit, the last couple years in New England, it was bare. But, he took a pay cut.
I think Bill Belichick did that shit on purpose. I think he wanted Tom Brady out of there.
Patriots and Panthers is a big game this week because that Panthers defense got Stephon Gilmore back. And by the way, last week when he was in his first game with the Panthers, he did have an interception. That fucking Panthers secondary is nasty.
Well, good thing they got Macklemore Jones. What's his name?
Macklemore Jones? You forgot about that? That's what you went with. You thought that through in the little Rolodex there, and you spit out Macklemore Jones. Wow.
What's his name?
Mac.
Nope. That's not his real
What's his actual name?
You don't want to know what his actual name is.
Do you know it?
It's something fucking white. I know that.
Let's see here. Michael.
See? Say it. Come on.
Michael McCorkle Jones.
Yeah, McCorkle.
McCorkle?
And he goes by
Mac. I would also go by Mac.
Nope, I'm calling you McCorkle.
No, you can call me Mike.
It's like John Hickenbottom.
Wait a minute. Oh, dog. He was born in 1998. He's 23 years old. Wow. That shit makes no sense.
So one of me and Mo's rules for each other is how you know a girl is too young for you. If you ask her, where were you on 9/11? And she can't tell you because she doesn't remember because she's too young. She's too young for you.
I was in second grade. My mom came and picked me up. First grade. She took me home. She put me and my brother in to nap. And instead of napping, we turned the fan on and threw baby powder in the fan and covered the whole room in baby powder.
Too soon, because people were being covered in ash in New York.
Yeah, we had no idea. We were kids. We fucking just.
Did your mom get mad?
Oh yeah, we got beat. Yeah.
Did you cry?
Probably.
As you would.
Anyway.
Not as bad as when Jay makes you cry, but go ahead.
I literally don't think I've cried in 10 years.
You were a kindergartner? You guys are making me feel really old. You want to know how old I was?
Were you...
6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade, yeah. I was definitely in 2nd grade then.
I watched it. We watched
No,
it.
it was for...
We watched it on TV.
Okay.
It
I
was
was getting confused. It was 2nd grade, but I was getting confused because my brother was born in January of that year, and I specifically remember my 1st grade teacher talking to me about having a sibling, and I wrote about it in my... We had a journal. We had to talk to the teacher. Anyway, I specifically remembered that, but yeah, I was in 2nd grade. Anyway. Let's see here. Pro Football Focus, babe. You shouted out BIP earlier. This is the BIP segment here. So
Bippers?
Pro Football Focus put out their mid-season All-Pro team based on their grading system.
So they don't get one. Go ahead. They're the ones that have catchable balls and turnover
air yards
plays and
yep.
air yards.
Oh yeah, they got all that shit. They have Tom Brady as their best quarterback mid-season. Second is Derek Carr. So. Here's a couple questions I have. So, Matt Stafford has a better completion percentage, more yards per attempt, less turnovers, a better QBR, their personal stat, and the QBR between Stafford and Brady is the same as Brady in the 8th place spot. That's how far ahead Stafford is in QBR. That's their stat that they created, right? Let me see. Brady has also thrown 73 more passes than Matt Stafford, but only has 120 more yards, and he has 3 more touchdowns. He also has 7 turnovers, and Matt Stafford has 4 turnover-worthy plays. Somehow, Brady has less turnover-worthy plays than Stafford, but Stafford only has 4 turnovers, and Tom Brady has 5 interceptions. Now, turnover-worthy plays are only pass plays, but he still has more interceptions than Matt Stafford does. How is Tom Brady first, let alone ahead of Matt Stafford? It doesn't make any sense.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's BIP.
It's BIP. I know it's BIP, but here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about BIP. It don't make any goddamn sense. Turnover-worthy plays. I don't understand what the point is. Because they say, well, the ball should have been intercepted. Like if the defense...
It doesn't matter.
Did they drop? Okay, so how about this? Why don't they have touchdown-worthy plays?
Where for wide, yeah.
Or there's a holding call. Or a wide receiver drops a touchdown pass. Do you have one of those? No. Why? Oh, because it doesn't fucking matter? Turnover-worthy play? And then, you know why they invented the stat. Is because they were trying to make it so Brady looked better in another category. But he still has more interceptions, actual physical interceptions than Matt Stafford does.
But they're not his fault that the defense caught him. You know? Come on.
You know what's crazy is that when other people throw the ball and it's intercepted, it's their fault. But if Tom Brady throws the ball and it's like tip, well, it was a tip pass. Okay, Mahomes has 10 interceptions. At least 4 were tip passes. 3 of them to Tyreek, and 1 of them just against the Giants. He threw a jump pass, and he threw it hard as fuck. And it hit Buddy's hands and hit his teammate in the fucking face. Skipped it up in the air about 20 feet. Defense caught it. But it's Patrick Mahomes' fault.
Shouldn't have threw it so hard.
To be fair, he did throw it hard as fuck.
He should have ran underneath it and caught it. Stiff arm somebody like Tom Brady would do and walk into touchdown. That's what Tom Brady would have done.
You know what's crazy? And I didn't think about it. Like, you don't think about it, but think about it real quick. Think. How many times should I say think about it in this sentence before it gets weird?
Before you think about it?
Yeah.
Think about it before you say it.
Tom Brady put on the worst combine by a quarterback ever to this day. He ran awful. It was like a 4.8. His passes.
It was like a 5.8.
It was awful. He was terrible, right? He's literally been clocked running faster and throwing the ball harder this season than he ever has in his career. How?
Fucking smoothies and kale. Nah, dang. Smoothies and kale.
Why do you think he looks younger now than he did then?
Fuck. Oh, I know he got plastic surgery.
Buddy is taking HGH right up his ass. Also, did you know? So here's the other thing.
You really think so?
You don't?
I don't care.
He's definitely on something, bro. Well, probably. He's on something. Here's the other thing. Tom Brady goes to the Bucs. He recruits Antonio Brown, he was accused of rape 2 times. Settled those outside of court. He has anger management issues, literally almost injured a child throwing couches and shit off a 5-story balcony. He's a deadbeat and father. He robbed a guy, a moving truck, robbed that. Tom Brady's like, I really want that guy on my team. His guy, what's his name? His trainer, Alex Guerrero, is a known. He stole money from cancer patients who were coming to work for him. He stole money from them. Wow. He also, I believe, has been in trouble for selling HGH to like in the past before he got to Brady.
Well, he stopped that when Brady hired him.
Dog, I'm just saying Tom Brady's not a good person. During the pandemic,
kisses his son on the mouth.
Facts. During the pandemic, when he moved to Tampa, he got a government loan and bought a yacht.
I mean,
people were lauding, oh, Tom Brady's working so hard. He was breaking protocol during a global pandemic to throw a football in a park. He broke into someone's house to try to get his offensive playbook. I mean, to be fair, it was the wrong house, but it sounds better to say he broke in because he opened the front door and walked into somebody else's house.
Can you get in trouble for that? Because how do you prove it was genuinely an accident?
I don't know. And also, he's a known cheater. He deflated footballs. Him and Bill Belichick.
That's not the only balls he deflates. Bill! Look at you, Gronky. Bill!
All right, fine. That was... Yeah, all right. But yeah, Tom Brady's not a good person, and I hate the fact that he gets recognition.
Personal friend of Aaron Hernandez?
Wow, I wasn't going to go that far. Too soon.
Oh.
Too soon. Way too soon.
Did you ever watch that documentary?
Hell no.
You should watch it.
No.
It's so confusing.
I want a documentary on that whole Florida team.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay, so on a college roster...
But I'm supposed to believe that Tim Tebow was a virgin until he got married. Okay.
So was Russell Wilson.
Okay. You remember when he got drafted? You saw how happy that white bitch got? He was... She was like... Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's with somebody.
Bro, speaking of, all right, listen. I'm gonna come back.
He made Sierra wait till they
married. Yeah, he told her no. You know what? As a matter of fact, he had already had premaritals before that, and he wanted to. He was gonna redeem himself, so he told her no. I'm not doing it again until we're married, and he told her. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna come back to the Florida thing.
Probably put goodies on it. Fucking...
Speaking. All right, so look, we're gonna talk about this, and then we're going to come back to Florida. This over here, remember on draft day when CeeDee Lamb got drafted and his girl took his phone? And he said, and he looked at me like, what? Like, what possessed you to think that? And the fucking Twitter was like, oh, CeeDee does have good hands and shit because he snatched the phone from her. This shit was hilarious. Florida, I want a documentary. So first of all, Urban Meyer, known piece of shit. College rosters have 152 players on it. 54 of Florida's 152 players, all convicted felons at one point. Aaron Hernandez and some of his friends, known murderers, all led by a priest, Tim Tebow.
Bullshit.
Pastor. I need that documentary.
Bullshit.
I want that one. Fuck the rest of them.
Tim Tebow was doing lines of coke off of strippers' ass cheeks.
No.
You don't think so?
I want to believe in my heart he was the goody two shoes, but he didn't know the fucked up shit they would do. So like Tim would be like, he would lead team prayer, right? And what he didn't know is while he was talking, fucking Hernandez and Chris Leaker in the back just doing hard lines of coke. Just Urban Meyer's like drinking a 40 behind his playbook while Tim's like praying.
He's like, no, it's Holy Communion. I don't think you drink half the bottle for Holy Communion.
They're passing out the communion, the little bread, but it's like I don't know,
fucking LSD.
It's like it's like shrooms. They're passing out shrooms, and Tim's eating a little wafer cracker before the game.
Guys.
Tim Tebow literally has a Welch's grape juice in his locker to take a drink of communion, and he's like, hey, communion. He like turns around to drink out of his locker, but the rest of them are doing like wine, like pigskin wine, like the Vikings would do.
Just
fucking mead and shit.
Why did Vikings not like to drink like normal people? Why did it have to come out the sides?
And out of the because the horn, they would drink out of the horn, and the horn was too big.
Put your fucking lips. You know how to use a straw. You create a lip around
the fucking whole horn, the little horn thing they would hold.
Then don't drink out of it. You're wasting water.
But it looks cool.
No, it doesn't.
It's like a goat horn.
It's wasteful, and that's how I know I'm an adult.
That's how you know?
Because I'm like, that's a lot of wine you just wasted.
Wow.
Younger me would have been like, fuck yeah. Now I'm like, dude, that's like a half a drink.
Bro, I need you to know one other thing before we go. I was gonna, when you were talking about coming early, I'm not shit talking you. Yeah, I'm not. When you were talking about coming over early, I was thinking, bet we could go to Fort Wayne and pick up our display case.
See, now
so we could
feel bad.
But they don't have any. I looked, so I didn't bring it up. But we were gonna put it. Eventually, someday, there's gonna be a display case right here. It's gonna have Dragon Ball Z figures.
It's gonna have the heads of our dead enemies.
It's gonna have Godzilla in there. It's gonna have all kinds of stuff. My Charizard's gonna hang up in there.
Skull's gonna be in there.
And I was like, bet we can go do that. But then my wife was like, well, I don't think you should do that. One, because for 2 years now, I was supposed to get one, but I haven't had the time to make the trip to Fort Wayne to get it. The display case, I think it's $59.99 at IKEA. At IKEA. $59.99. That's not bad. That's nothing. To ship it up here is $300. So I want to take the time to go get it, but I just haven't had time. So my wife's like, don't do that. Probably going to go over Christmas, hopefully. And I was like, well, they have them. I'll just look it up. So I looked, and she was like, I don't think they do. And I was like, come on, they definitely do. But they don't. So it's fine.
So you don't make me feel like shit?
No. Anyway, I think that's it. 100%
worth it.
What
I did today.
Good. I'm glad it was. I just want you to be happy. That's all. Anyway, don't fucking. I will take that hand and shove it up your ass.
I just wanted to.
Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Shout out to Ahmed.
Ahmed.
I'm not trying to be mean. Ahmed.
I'm not gonna try to say the first part of that because I'm not trying to make that man.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys listening. You too, babe. Love you. We're going to be back next week, like I said, with a special guest. Rabbi's going to be back, and we're super excited.
We're going to have him at the end of the season, too?
Might as well, right? Playoff prediction. So we'll have him mid-season, have him at the end for playoff predictions.
Can't wait to ask him how he feels about Jordan Love.
Yeah.
You'll love to see it.
Hey, low-key, listen. Jordan Love is going to be fine. They got Devontae Adams back. They've got a solid run game.
What if Devontae voluntarily sits out in solidarity with
that would be awesome. And the Kansas City defense, it's not like they're very good. So if he's gonna, I'm not saying the Packers are gonna win because I think.
Yeah, when I picked them, I forgot. That's all right.
That's what I was gonna
stand by it. Stand by it.
But anyway,
Patrick Mahomes is gonna throw 3 picks. It's fine.
What do you want to bet over under 3 picks?
I'm not betting you anything.
All right, fine. Anyway, appreciate you guys for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.
Later.
Oh, before we go, this episode not going to be recorded, so you can't find the audio version on our website at Buzzsprout /Flex and Nerd because I couldn't be bothered to bring my charger up here. Anyway, now we'll catch